Welcome to another episode of the Real Talk and Revenue podcast with myself, Francesca the accountant, and Jordan the therapist. We bring different insights on how to grow a business, bring out your best self, help with any anxiety and worries, and we do have a laugh along the way. Today's episode, I'm really excited to announce, is sponsored by Captivate Technology Solutions. So they will help you with your IT, bring in modern solutions, but I'll tell you more during the episode. Thanks as always for tuning in. Love you all. Another week bites the dust. What we were just saying about a short week.
Yeah, and how I don't always have a bank holiday.
I know, and I was...
It's so just if it suits, like, if it makes my life easier, sometimes I just... It's like if you do a bit of work on the weekend sometimes,
yeah,
it just feels less pressured, doesn't it?
It does, I know.
Somehow.
I always like to catch up on a weekend. You know, if one of my team said I looked on my stuff last night, I'm not going to say... What did you do that for?
Yeah.
I don't. I hate. You know what I struggle with? Yeah. If a team member's on at the weekend and someone shot at, well, I'll say past people. Right, start again. Past people used to say, don't. What are you working for when they're doing it?
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that, and some people need to do it for their own sanity.
Yeah, I think it's good to have boundaries around work.
100%.
Again, like part of flexible working is just like working when it best suits you. So like you might take some time off in the week to, you know, go and like have lunch with a friend or like a coffee or like take longer lunches to walk your dog. But then like you might just take an hour or two
on a Sunday
weekend just to like review, catch up. And I think as well for some people, like it just helps you feel regulated going into the week.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about like hustle culture.
No.
And like, you know, doing like 70-hour work weeks or whatever. But
and I know it's not
working flexibly, isn't it?
Exactly. And I wanted to make clear it's not about me going, oh, you need to do extra hours at the weekend and I've given you so much work you feel you have to.
No,
I don't want
exactly.
That. Obviously, we don't want that vibe and it's good to check in. But at the same time, I think I've never said to any team member, why are you on a Sunday or on a Saturday? If I notice someone's online, I think, well, there's a reason.
Yeah. And like they want to do something, they want to check something or catch up.
Yeah, and they'll tell me if it's something else.
Yeah.
And that's where I want that open and honest conversations. But talking about, we've had 3 new starters, start quite quickly. Stacey, we had to wait 3 months for because of like, you have to hand your notice in 3 months. But along with that, I didn't realise how important IT. With new laptops.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's a nightmare.
And there's nothing more annoying than when like you start a job and like you can't get going because of the
IT side.
Yeah, it's so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like probably annoying for you that you can't get people just like set off and
I know.
And stuff.
And previously, we'd have someone trying to do it all themselves and thinking they know best. Yeah. But what happened with that was a lot of the laptops were slightly set up differently.
Oh, right.
So nothing, it still works. I'm not saying it didn't, because you can get on the internet and log in, that's fine. But there's a few things that weren't set up back office-wise, back of the laptop-wise. I don't really get it.
Yeah.
So I think definitely, and I need to get this sorted, even with my mobiles.
Yeah.
Linking like the backups of your mobiles
you just
to your...
don't think, do you?
No. So we are looking at our IT and sorting things. There's obviously new starters. I want a flow with Microsoft because are you Google or Microsoft?
I don't even know.
So you know when you've got a lot, is it Gmail? Does that ring a bell?
I'm not.
Outlook.
I've got a MacBook, so I tend to use like iCloud, and I use Chrome like as my browser, but
your Google Drive.
Well, it's iCloud. It's just like iCloud. Do you know what I mean? But I do obviously have like I use Google and Microsoft for various things. So I've got like Microsoft Suite. But again, as you say, that's something I could really streamline to have like a consistent process on. But just being me, I don't really consider like, you know, having somebody look at that stuff, although it would be really helpful. And I love having like a nice streamlined digital like space, you know what I mean? So it probably would like just pay me to just have like someone like to consult
in that
someone,
field.
do you know what I mean? Yeah.
It would. And it's So we've got, honestly, the things we're doing in the business. So basically, not only we've had the new starters sorting out laptops, we've got Microsoft, which is great, but we're streamlining where we're using the channels because we've set up a new carbon CRM system. Did you get an email?
Yeah, I've not actioned it yet.
No, it's fine. It's nothing major you have to do.
It not?
It just makes it sound like...
I thought, I can't be bothered.
No, I know.
It's right now.
When I think about it...
I looked and I thought, that'll go on my to-do list.
It's not important.
Yeah.
It's a new portal, so it's not an important thing for you to do as such, but it's helping us with our workflows.
Right.
But yeah, basically, if you're changing something in your business, it's a painful ride.
Yeah.
An email went out automatically, but it was not worded as what we thought it was worded.
Right.
And that went out while I was on holiday. So then when I came back and someone's asking if this is spam, I'm like, oh no, it sounds so spammy. What's going on? And we had to rejig. So that's another extra email to go out to everybody.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, this isn't spam and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing payroll back in-house.
Okay.
So that's a good move.
Yeah.
I think it is. You never know, 100%.
What does that mean? Will you have somebody, like a finance person?
So we've taken on someone that's come from payroll.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she started with us a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
What that means is we're using a UK company to outsource called Payroll Sorted.
Yeah.
So we would take on a new client, but then they would liaise with them and do it their way.
Right, yeah.
And what we found was sometimes you have to give them such good notice for a change.
Right.
That it was just getting a bit complicated. And I just thought, in our control, bring it back and develop it as a business, a payroll business in-house.
And it's nice, isn't it, to just be able to, for you guys as a team, to be able to have someone to be like, oh, just go to and chat to, and also for clients, for you to be like, oh, so-and-so will give you a call back.
Yeah, and then we can go, right there, director salary now needs to be this, rather than it being long-winded. Again, IT systems and softwares and what's payroll software we're using, we're looking into things.
Yeah.
Hannah's still training payroll as well. So it's been it's been a lot.
Yeah.
And it's been a massive change in the last year.
Yeah. That's really good though.
Yeah, it is really good. But
really exciting.
Anyone listening in, if you've got, because I know another firm, they use Microsoft, but they did a big thing to go all on to Google.
Right.
And that was a massive shift. But I think a lot of people aren't even on anything.
Yeah.
And for me, Microsoft 365, the suite, if you use it fully to its best abilities, can be really good.
Yeah, I bet.
And we're not even doing that.
I know, that's the thing. I often think that with devices and tech and stuff, to just have somebody set it all up and show you how to get the most out of it. You can use this for this. How do you do this? Well, it's easier if you do it that way. And just to walk you through it makes all the difference. If you have to figure it all out yourself, I know that I can do it.
Yeah, and we've said this.
But I'll just procrastinate and I'll start to have a look and then I'll get annoyed because it's not working as quick as I want it to, or I can't find the answer to a question, a specific question. Whereas if you've got someone to ask that knows that stuff inside out, they can just tell you, can't they?
Exactly. And also the fear of it's going to cost £1,000 to get for our consultation and sorting it out for you, and they're like,
yeah.
But think of what the money saved, in theory, would be.
Yeah.
Just by I know that we need this, and also the cybersecurity side of things, we paid for that. I can't remember what this system's called, but it's managed by an IT company. So I don't have to worry about those things.
Yeah.
But I feel that needs a refresh and look into.
Yeah, definitely. It's all this stuff that sometimes it's easy to forget, cybersecurity.
I know it's going to be massive.
It means so much when you've got a company and data and you're online and stuff. It's so important, isn't it?
It's got to be secure, encrypted. I'm learning these buzzwords that are happening and thinking, oh my God. Luckily, we had this covered straight away, and we've got to as a firm anyway. But it's opened my eyes up and it's made me think. I feel like I'm investing a lot in software at the minute.
Yeah.
The new system's called Carbon. And it's very easy to find all the faults with it, as us people. Why do we do that? Look at all the negatives first as a default.
I think again it goes back to how we're hardwired for threats. And seeing problems early. Because again, like go back to our primal years, like you'd need to know if you were like under threat early, wouldn't you? So you could prepare and defend. So I think it's partly that, like just scanning for threat essentially. That's like the modern day version, like being able to like easily pick fault with things, or you know, anticipate that something's going to be a problem. And sometimes like it helps to just be able to identify things like this doesn't feel very easy to use, like, and feed it back.
And what we're going to be doing just to make it right for what we need.
Yeah, because when I came back to work, I use like a clinical system for everything.
What's it called again?
The one I use now is Power Diary, but the one I used previously was called Write Up, and it's for like you know, clinics of like any kind sort of thing. So everything goes on there, but like moving from Write Up to Power Diary, I think I spoke about it when we came back. It was like a real pain in the arse, and like having to have all the stuff transferred over, but they offered like a service to that. But one of the things I really like is like they're available for a chat, and like if you feed things back, like they will action them, and it's quite good. So
they do want that, and you've got to remember, if you do put a new system in, it's not going to flow day one. Probably takes up to a year, do you reckon?
Probably, yeah. And again, like even then, you're probably not using it to its like full functionality. Like the system I'm using, one of the things they've rolled out in this last couple of weeks is AI note taking. So obviously, like as a therapist, and for most therapists, like one of the most annoying parts of our job
is writing
up the notes after every session, like, you know, because we have to by law.
Write it manually?
Well, no, like some people do, but obviously that's what is embedded into the clinical system. I'll type it up in their file and it's all like great, done. But what they've rolled out, as I say, is like AI. So you can it'll transcribe the session notes. Obviously you have to get consent because it's essentially recording the session. It's all like secure and encrypted, and then it will like AI will then summarise the note of the session for you.
And why wouldn't the clients want that anyway? They're not going to turn around and go, no.
Well, some might feel uncomfortable with it. You'd be surprised, because like we need obviously like consent for a lot of things, consent to even like keep notes and keep their details, obviously, like you will. And some people I've had, not in private practice, but in the past when I've worked for insurance and in the NHS, I've had people really question that, like, do you have to do that? And I'm like, we do have to keep certain details, and we do have to keep notes. How are
you going to remember for
the next session? We can't provide you a service. You know? And legally as well, you see, like court can kind of, I don't know what the English word is, like subpoena notes for evidence, like if needed. And obviously if somebody makes a complaint against you or anything like that, you've got a record. But otherwise it's just for kind of like, when I'm seeing someone like tomorrow, I'll check back at what we did last week just to refresh, and then I'm like, okay, we're doing this week, or like we need to pick up on that, and you know, so it helps to provide a good service. But I've not tried it yet, but that's one of the things I really want to try, because
oh my God, try it.
I know it's £1 per hour. Obviously a session's an hour.
That's good.
So at the minute, let's say I see on average like 10 to 12 clients a week. It used to be like 22.
I remember.
So it could be like £12 a week, but the time it could save me, energy and headspace.
So you're not doing it already?
Well, I think I'm just a bit like, it's new. So
I get that. Procrastinating over like the settle, and once you've started,
but really, I just need to ask one of my clients, like I could ask my client tomorrow, you know, do you mind if I transcribe the notes? Like, it's a new feature, it saves me a lot of time, and therefore I can provide a better service. And give it a go, see what it comes up with. I mean, who knows? It might summarise the note in a way that I would absolutely not, but it'd be really good to see.
Oh my God, I can't even believe you. So we've used AI for a little while now, right, to do the notes. It's not perfect. Ours, we use Otter AI.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So you can do it for free.
Right.
But and then you invite them into your meetings. Do you use Teams, Zoom?
Oh, yeah, that's where it comes up as like another person in the meeting.
Whereas the other thing, won't they see your AI note take?
No, it's just like transcribing in the background. So it's less intrusive in my video calls, because I kind of don't want like a third digital person just there.
Otter.
But yeah, Power Diary.
Today's episode, I'm really excited to announce, is sponsored by Captivate Technology Solutions. So they are a leading cloud-first managed service provider that helps businesses transform the way they operate. So through secure and modern IT solutions. We need this. Captivate works with ambitious organisations across the UK to deliver end-to-end IT services with a core focus around Microsoft 365 optimisation, cybersecurity, because that's a big thing going on now, and managed support. So their team take a proactive, security-driven approach to ensure your systems are not only efficient and reliable, but also fully are aligned with your business goals. So they deal with cloud infrastructure and compliance to threat protection, automation, and Captivate enables businesses to scale with confidence, all while removing the stress of managing your IT internally. So to learn more about how Captivate can support your growth, visit www.captivatets.com. I spoke to and not an old-fashioned company, but a company that's doing amazing things and they've been going a very long time. And they employed somebody to be the note taker.
All right. What, to do like minutes and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, and I'm like, I said to her, I said, why are you not using AI? And then a week later, she messaged me saying we're implementing it in the firm and they're using, and it's a big company.
Yeah.
What's the one with Microsoft Teams?
I don't know.
It is Copilot.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, they paid somebody to sit in on meetings. You know, we've had the thing, but a long time ago, that would have been normal.
Oh yeah, of course.
But it's probably still normal.
It wasn't available.
It's like, use the IT that's out there.
It's even like, I've got this new phone, and it's funny, isn't it? Because I laugh at myself. It was a while ago now.
Yeah.
It's just, it's an iPhone 16, but
yeah.
I've not had a new phone for ages because I'd just get like a couple of models down because now I don't care about that sort of thing.
Yeah, whereas I still want the brand new, with the good cameras and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. For good reason as well, you know what I mean? And that's why I thought I'll get this one because I'm doing more social media bits and bobs and whatever. But I notice, like, as I get older now, I do find it more difficult to kind of like keep on top of like learning and knowing how to do things. Whereas like, I don't know about you, like if you think back to when social media first came out, I was still at school, and so any new thing came out, I could just like pick it up and do it straight away, and I'd be like, oh, this is new, yeah, I'll go on it. I know how to do a video, I know how to do this. And like TikTok came out, and I've still not learned how to do a TikTok. Like, I don't know how to do a TikTok video.
Oh, wow.
I do an Instagram reel.
Bear in mind, how old are you?
31.
And I'm doing them, and I'm 40.
I know, yeah, but you've learned to do it for your business. But do you see what, like,
I know what you mean.
And even like things on the computer, like new like systems and stuff, learning how to do something. Like when I was at school and like just in uni and employment, like I'd just be like, oh, okay, that. Whereas now, and again, I think it does come down to like neuroplasticity, doesn't it? And we know that like as we age, learning new things is more challenging than when you learn things as a child. So I think part of it's true. That.
Yeah.
But it is just interesting, and it can become like increasingly frustrating.
I know. And this is a thing that I try not to lean into.
Yeah, because the new phone, I was just saying, the new phone has like loads of AI features built into it.
All right.
But like I don't really know how to maximise that. Do you know what I mean?
Steve's pretty good at using the AI stuff on his phone. I think he got the iPhone 16 and he's embracing it.
I might need a meeting with Steve.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, he's got the patience to look into things, whereas I haven't.
Yeah.
Because I've got two phones, personal and work number, and they're both saving back up to one this thing, that, the other, and they're not even streamlined, and I need that all looking at. But anyway, but it's interesting how you say as we get older, I think I try and do the whole, no, I'm not letting anything stop me as an older person. I know.
That's very you though, and
it's so me, and I'm trying.
And it's funny, but it's not a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'll be like, if it's in my interest, if it's something I'm interested in or I really need, I will invest my time and energy. But if not, I'm happy to just let it pass me by.
It's interesting you should say that, because I try not, because there's a lot of things I won't be interested in, and I still try and do it anyway. And I know that sounds daft, but if I see something, if I don't want to implement it, I will get somebody else to do that sort of thing. But it's frustrating. Like, even TikTok still frustrates me, and I've not really got to grips with it, because I want to build my Instagram. I've never focused on my Instagram solely.
That's the only thing I'm comfortable on, I would say. And not like I've not got loads of followers or anything like that, but it's the platform I feel most at home on. We talk about this all the time. Like, put me on LinkedIn and I think, how on earth do I even present myself here? It's weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. But
again, you just should not think about it and just present as you are, I guess.
Yeah. And there's still people that won't show up online as them. And I've spoken to a few people, they were like, no, I just don't want to show me. I'm okay with that. And I'm like, but I know you. And I know you're saying you're okay with that because you're scared.
Because you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be that person. I'm private. I'm like...
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
I used to say I'm private, though.
Yeah.
I used to be that person.
Yeah. It's a difficult one because I know, like, I follow a few people that they're not really online. They're not really, like stories. No, they're just not. Like, but they still have like successful businesses, but they built them in a different way.
Like what then? Because I know what you mean, I think.
More like blogging, less like this is what I'm doing day to day, and more like sharing their value professionally. Like, I can offer this, that and the other. Straight to business.
Yeah.
They might share like a snippet of like, this is what I'm struggling with in business this week, or these are the new things I'm doing and challenges. But personal life is very much off limits, which I think is fair enough.
It is fair enough. Do you find that would be more a transactional thing, or you can still build a real warm community?
This person I'm thinking of, has built like a real warm community. Yeah.
Because I'll give you an example then. The only one I can think of that I'm related to is the Hyrox workout stuff that Steve did. So when he first did it, he was just going to do post on his workout plan, follow that on Instagram. Okay, same old, not showing his face once, okay?
Right.
From that, if he's then shared a link, buy your plan here, he would still make sales. Because of the content and the niche and whatever. Yeah. I was like, straight away, I was like, why don't we share our journey? Let's us do the plans. And there's me doing the personal side.
Yeah.
But I still think he would have made a sales. But I do think you can lose a community without the face to it. And
I think
follow the journey.
It speaks to many people that like to be online as well, because it develops that know, like and trust factor that makes us more likely to buy off someone. But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
It's so weird. It's so hard to get.
It is, and it's like, as well, I think it is hard to make your business a success without that. But again, I think like you can share as much as you're comfortable with. Because like doing Hyrox and sharing your journey and sharing how you're getting on in your challenge, that is vulnerable. But you don't necessarily have to share like stuff on your holiday and stuff like that if you don't want to, do you?
No, and I did.
Yeah.
You don't. Funny enough, people.
But I love that. I like, if I follow people, I want to know more. I'm like,
it's interesting.
What are you doing? Like,
nodes do.
Yeah.
Nodes do. I think I've just spat on my chin. Just spat on my own chin here. Getting excited.
Yeah.
Well, there was something, when you just want to lead into... What did we speak about last week? And I said, we need to finish this off. It was to do with parenting, time, me going...
Oh, hang on.
I said something about, I'm sure I did, about when I go to perform, because I've got a speaking event coming up in May. Yeah. I like to go... I'm like this. This is what I'm like when I want to do a performance or an event, right? I get all like, I want to apply for that. I'm going to get it. I want to get it.
Yourself.
Yeah, and get it. So I'm all hype and then I'm like, oh no, I've got it.
I know, and you're like, I don't think I can do that. I'm having all these conversations and I'm like, of course you can.
Yeah. And then I'll go through that stage and then I will go through a stage I can do it again. Yep, yeah, brilliant. I've got it presented now. Then I go back to that.
It's the classic though, like, what do they say? Like, when you make a commitment now, like if you say, like, it's like booking a Hyrox, isn't it, or something like that, you keep yourself accountable by applying. It's not like you're feeling discomfort now because you don't have to do it, you've not got there yet, but by applying and putting yourself out there, you are ensuring that like your future self is challenged and moving like towards the goals that you do know you want to achieve, even if it is going to challenge you and be hard.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's just like imposter syndrome kicks in, doesn't it? And it's like,
and I think a lot of people get it. There was a story that I was told, right, that a guy that was similar to me was up, down, and nervous, and the adrenaline, and excited, but then nervous. And there was a guy that he was speaking with who he had massive respect for, who was on first, and then he was on next. And apparently this guy, he was in the toilet, and this guy came out of the toilet after even hearing him throwing it up. And it's a process he goes through, being sick every time before he goes out and perform.
Yeah.
And his performance was probably more flat than energetic.
Yeah.
So because I'm energetic, as in prior, even I can visualise going on. I visualise the bad moves, I've told you this, the good things that can happen. And I almost get that, okay. And I do believe it helps me perform. And I have tried to think, what can I do to make myself feel better?
Yeah.
And I just have to say, lean into it.
Yeah.
Lean into your anxiety in a way.
Yeah.
If it's like anxiety. But I am learning a lot about myself because I want to do more of that.
Yeah.
And in order to do more of that, you want to learn how you are as a person doing it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, it's so interesting that public speaking is the number one fear.
Yeah.
And I know 100% why it is.
Yeah, and all it is, it's fear of negative appraisal. Like,
it's so true. It's so scary.
All it is, isn't it? Like fear that people are gonna, think badly of you, or
you do your business like that.
Yeah, or just like, oh, I didn't like the way you came on, or you weren't very confident, or like, you didn't come across very well, or it's all those things that you think. But the majority of people, was I listening to a podcast? I can't remember what it was. Whether I was watching something or I was listening to a podcast or something, and this person, it was a podcast. She Means Business podcast, and the woman on there, she was saying that when she did her first like TEDx talk, she was like, is that one of your goals? Yeah. She was talking, and she remembers a girl sat in the front row in like red jeans or something like that, and seeing her face and just thinking like, why is she just taking a dislike to me? Like, and it was like, it was playing on her mind throughout. Because
while she's doing a TEDx talk?
Yeah. She said she kept noticing it and thinking like, oh no, like she must really not like what I'm saying.
No, she was taking it all in.
And then, obviously off she went, and she said she then got a direct message from someone saying, I came to your talk, I really loved it, do one-to-one work? She was like, I don't know if you remember me, but I was the girl on front row with like red jeans on. And she was like, and that for me was like just really transformed the way that I thought about things. And again, it goes back to whatever your internal belief system and narrative is telling you, you will see things through that lens. So you'll interpret information as, she thinks I'm shit, like, she doesn't like what I'm saying. When actually, like you say, she was just taking it all in.
The gaumier, the better.
Yeah, she was like, engaged and really thinking about what she was saying.
Why don't they just be a bit louder out there?
Ruckus out.
I know. Yeah, that's interesting. I remember doing my first one, and I think I spoke that fast. Well, I didn't, but it would have been faster than normal.
Yeah.
God, I have to exaggerate it. Oh God. It was hell. And you almost think, well, why would you put yourself through that? And I get why people don't do it, because they'll think, well, why would you be so stressed like that?
Yeah.
But obviously, to get better at something, you have to start at the bottom and mess it up a bit.
And you've got to step out of your comfort zone to grow. We were talking about it a while ago, weren't we? And it's like, you've got your comfort zone, then there's like the growth zone, and then beyond that is like overwhelmed. So like there's this zone that's like optimal for like growth, that's not like doing something that's gonna like just totally overwhelm you. It's something that's like challenging, it's new, and then you move into that next thing because it wouldn't be overwhelming then because you've done that thing, and you just incrementally move yourself further and further out of that comfort zone, and then your comfort zone expands.
It's so true. And I've realised me as an individual, and this is not on nobody else, but I need a spark all the time.
Yeah.
I need I get bored.
Yeah.
And then I get down when I'm bored. I'm like, everyone's doing me head in.
George
Everyone's
is like
boring.
that. George is like that.
Really?
Yeah, like if he has too many days off work in a week, very self-employed, he gets flat and he's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I'm like, because you're not working. Like,
and then as soon as he gets a message, I want to book you, does he go, oh?
Well, he gets excited about that anyway, but it's even like, because while he's been self-employed, obviously some weeks he's had just a couple of jobs and he's not used to
climbing
that.
the walls.
But obviously, like, he's still getting a good income from those couple of jobs.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, for his sense of like, self-worth and adding value, like he likes to be like, you know, like I say, like you, he likes to be doing and like creating and, you know, getting on with things.
Oh, it's so true. But I am slowing down. Oh God, how appealing I am.
Oh yeah.
I am slowing down the diary, which is another uncomfortable grey phase. I know it sounds daft, slowing the diary down to grow. But I am going through a different stage. I'm developing Future Cloud. I've got the non-executive director role with AAT, which is going to be a big challenge. I'm going to work closely with them. I might even go over to London a bit more and work at their offices. But all these things scare me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. And I have been feeling a little bit flat because I'm making a change. Yeah. It's out of my normal routine.
Yeah.
And it's not just about let's get new business because we're honing in on what we've got already.
Again, that's like the like instant gratification, isn't it? Like the dopamine hit, like, oh, new lead, me, this and this.
I've said this before. I love a dopamine. I just love it so much. Stop.
Yeah, well, everyone does, but like obviously to greater or lesser degrees.
It's that validation thing and that, you've made it, you've got a client in, yes, you're good.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm good.
That's it.
What we like. So what's happening for the rest of the day before we finish off?
Baby groups back on.
Come on, can we just have some gossip? We don't want to hear about baby groups. We want to hear gossip. Give me some juice.
This is exactly the kind of toxic attitude that we're up against, guys.
I've done that. Been there, done that. Babies, nah.
No, it's nice. I love it. I love it.
I didn't ever have a baby group.
I love it. I've made some nice friends, like with similarly aged kids, which is not to be undermined because it's so good when you're at a loose end to be able to message someone and be like, do you want to nip the kids here or there? Like when
so
they're little,
nice you've got that.
Because like if you're stuck in like Saturday, George is away, like I've got the day to myself. If you're at a loose end, it's nice to be able to be like, do you want to come to the park or go for a walk, or do you want to go to like a play area or whatever?
That's really nice you've got that.
Because then you've got someone to chat to a bit while the kids play, or do you know what I mean? It's
I get that.
I'm happy to do things on my own as well, but it's nice to have a little community as well. Like that's really important, I think, when you've got young children, particularly because it can be like isolating, and you know, you're often tied to like being out at certain times and not being able to go somewhere without the babies.
So if you're listening and you've got a new baby, a toddler, Jordan's available.
Yeah. Go for lunch, coffee, a little play date. I love it.
It's so interesting because where was you when I had my babies?
Where was I?
Yeah.
So
I was not I kept myself to myself. I did that on purpose at the time, I reckon. I think I was very uncomfortable as a new mother, especially as young.
Of course, yeah.
So when I am around people with babies, it's so different for me now.
I know.
It's ever so weird.
The world is different though. Do you know what I mean? Like how old's Luca?
He was 16 soon.
That's what I mean, like 16 years ago. I'm not being funny, but like so much has changed in society.
So what was you? 15? Oh God, my dopamine's gone. I'm going to crawl under this bloody desk. If anything's going to depress me, it's this.
Yeah, but we've said this before, like, there are benefits to having your kids younger.
Yeah, there are.
Because now you've got loads of time, freedom and independence. And
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you're able to do a lot because you've got teenagers and they can just do their own thing. Whereas I've just been saying, the reason I like a little community and stuff is because like I've got more of a rigid schedule now. Like I can't just work when I want to, like, because I've got Hallie to look after, and you can't work as a therapist. You can't be in a meeting and have a 1-year-old on your lap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly. It's so true. Yeah, tell me about your day. Now, are you feeling all right? Yeah. And then you've got a baby running around.
More.
Yeah.
Chuck it.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's right, isn't it? I'm just really thinking there's anything I can share that's a bit of juiciness.
We said what's going on today. That is what's going on today for me. I'm off to baby group.
I've got a few meetings going on, an interview with somebody to work with us, which is exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. Today is quite, like I say, I'm not overfilling my diary. I'm concentrating on what we've got, what's happening internally, looking over things, getting to grips with new software, IT.
What we have got coming up in a couple of weeks is the first retreat day.
Yeah.
And we have no bookings for that one yet.
Oh, I thought you said oh no, that was the next
We've got July and September. There's loads of interest, but for May...
So you might have to cancel it?
I don't know. I don't want to cancel it. What we might do is offer like discounted rates just for honest feedback.
Please.
Because we really, there's so much value in it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just hard to market.
Hang on, what date is it? Because by the time this goes out...
Oh yeah, it's probably going to be past it, but I'll be able to update people.
Yeah.
It's the 13th of May, which is the Tuesday.
This goes out on the bank holiday, Monday.
So just like a week before
the 5th
or something.
May.
Yeah.
So if you're listening...
And we're closing... I think it is the 5th that we're closing.
Where is the retreat at?
It's Perugia Retreats, which is a beautiful venue in... Oh, where is it? Oh my God. It's near Leadenham, like... Is it? No, hang on. It's near like Navenby.
Oh, yes.
And Wellbourne.
So you're driving over together? You driving over with Leslie?
Maybe not. Like we might go separately. Yeah. It depends on what the plan is. But yeah, it's just hard. Like I say, I haven't got a big online presence, not a massive email list and stuff like that yet. But it is pushing me out of my comfort zone. Posting in different areas, and even like certain WhatsApp groups, like where therapists share things, you know, like there's always rules, isn't there, around like self-promotion and marketing and stuff like that, but being able to put things in and go like, this is what we're offering, this is why I'm posting it, like because again, like they might have clients that benefit, particularly because a lot of the therapists in these groups, like an average EMDR session is £100 per hour. You've got like 7 hours worth of therapy for £350, potentially lower for this first one. So we can get 4 people in to run it, get some content, get some feedback, refine and move forward. But yeah, it's a challenge when you've not yet nurtured a big audience or
and it'll come
network.
If you really believe like you want it to work.
Absolutely. Keep
us posted on that, but if you're listening, it's only next week, so join on.
Get
in touch with
5th of May closes for the 13th of May retreat.
All right, okay, so they've got time if they listen to it soon enough.
Book today.
Anyway, enjoy everybody and see you next week.